Hello, my name is David Schwiddick. I'm an assistant professor of graphic design and digital media at Lehman College. I am presenting the digital recreation of the Lenox Library Picture Gallery, a contribution to the early history of public art galleries in the United States. I am presenting this on behalf of myself and my colleague and co-author, Sally Webster. She's professor emerita of art history at Lehman College and also the CUNY Graduate Center. So just a little background about the Lenox Library. At the peak of the Gilded Age, founded in 1870, the Lenox Library was one of New York City's preeminent cultural centers, and it housed one of America's most significant collections of art at that time. Amassed over years by the library's founder and namesake James Lenox, the Lenox Library Picture Gallery contained works by artists such as Albert Bierstadt, Sir Joshua Reynolds, and J.M.W. Turner. It was one of the first private collections of art on American soil at that time. So the Lenox Library and Picture Gallery was demolished in 1912. The Portrait Gallery's collection was transferred to the newly founded New York Public Library, and the Frick collection now stands in the Lenox Library's place. So with the digital recreation of the Lenox Library Picture Gallery, we've constructed a fully interactive online recreation of the Lenox Library Art Gallery, published by 19th Century Art Worldwide in October 2018. This interdisciplinary project connects traditional research found in art history with new research methods found in digital media, design studies, and the digital humanities. And not only does it digitally recreate a long dismantled cultural space, but it presents the Lenox Library Picture Gallery to a new, actively engaged, and international audience. So my colleague, Professor Sally Webster, started her research by finding the original catalog for the Lenox Library Art Gallery, and also these pretty interesting archival photographs that she obtained from the New York Public Library. And luckily for her, these images also were marked with the index numbers that appeared in the catalog. So she was able to actually correlate each position on the wall with the actual painting. So with this information, she then built this maquette, essentially, of a three-dimensional recreation of the gallery. And this is what she brought to me, looking for some sort of way to turn this into a digital humanities project. This piece specifically is what inspired me to make a three-dimensional recreation that was navigable. I worked with a 3D modeler named Carlo Diego, and he created a few different iterations of a 3D model of the gallery, as you can see here. And finally, this was developed into a interactive web application in this framework called Play Canvas by a developer named Leonidas Maliakas. So as I said, this model and this project is published on 19th Century Art Worldwide. If you go to navigate to that website, you can see it brings you to the model and a scholarly essay underneath, and I'll get to that in a second. But I'll just full screen the model for now to show you some basic functions of this model. So for example, I can navigate within it with my mouse, with my back, forward, left and right arrow keys. I can also just click on individual paintings on the wall and be brought sort of focused on them, and I can then read detailed information about each painting, the tombstone information, some scholarly text about each painting. Down at the bottom here is a sort of sub-menu bar. I can reorient myself in the gallery by selecting any one of these angles. This will bring me to separate walls. Elsewhere in the menu, there's this arrangements panel, and this is sort of an interesting way to filter the different paintings in the gallery by different criteria, such as artist nationality, by a single artist, by its genre or subject, and finally by its auction group. If, for example, I was just somewhere else in the gallery and I was navigating through the arrangements menu, and I could then use this as a research tool to look at specific genres. In this case, I'll just look at portraits of Washington as a sort of genre or subject focus. And you can see it'll sort of gray out other paintings and just bring me to the specific portraits of George Washington here. And I can also, in this arrangements view, see them in a detail grid in addition to this in-gallery view. One more thing I wanted to make note of is that the scholarly article that accompanies the model also interacts with the model. If I'm in the article reading and I click on a particular link, I'll just choose one here, it'll actually bring me up to the model draw focus on whatever was selected, whatever was being referenced in the scholarly article, and show me where they appear in the model, and also in this case, what they look like in a detailed view. And then I can go into each one as per usual and just look to see where it appears in the gallery, click on it, and read more about it. So anyway, thank you so much for listening. Uh, this has been a really great project. I had a lot of fun working on it. And of course, as I said, you can read more about it on 19th century art worldwide.org. Thank you.